I'm 24 years old and live in Dallas, Texas. All my life, I believed in the beauty of love and the promise of a fairy tale wedding. I thought my wedding night would be the beginning of a lifetime filled with affection and happiness. But I was wrong, painfully wrong. On that day, I smiled like any new bride would. My heart was full of dreams, and my soul carried hope. Yet that very night shattered everything I had imagined. What I thought would be a new beginning turned out to be the quiet end of who I used to be. My marriage was arranged, a decision made between my father and his closest friend. The man I was told to marry was that friend's son. I had never met him, not even once. No conversations, no connection, no choice. Everything happened too quickly. Everyone kept saying it was the perfect match, but no one thought to ask if I wanted it. The proposal arrived through my father's old friend. I still remember my father's words. "James is a good man, Christy. You'll have a safe and stable life with him." Soon after, his family visited our home. They spoke softly, praised me, and said I'd be a blessing to their son. My parents were proud. We weren't wealthy, but our home was filled with warmth and peace, and they believed this marriage was a gift. But they were wrong. It didn't bring joy. It brought silence, loneliness, and pain. Within just a few days, the wedding was finalized. I hadn't met him even once before that day. The ceremony itself was beautiful. Guests came from far away, the house sparkled with lights, laughter, and the scent of fresh flowers. I wore a red gown, and everyone told me I looked stunning. For a moment, I believed them. I believed happiness was waiting for me beyond that night. He wore a black suit and looked handsome, but his eyes carried something I couldn't read. When the music faded and the guests left, silence filled the house. I sat alone in the room, nervous yet hopeful. My heart raced as I waited. It was supposed to be the night I had always dreamed of. He entered the room after a while, smiled slightly, and said, "Congratulations, you look beautiful." I smiled back, shy and unsure. But within minutes, everything changed. What happened next, I can't describe in detail because of YouTube's policy. All I can say is that his touch wasn't gentle. It wasn't filled with love or respect. It felt cold, forceful, and distant. In his eyes, I wasn't his wife. I was just a body to claim. That night, I understood something heartbreaking. He hadn't married me for love. He had married me to own me. The warmth I expected never came, only fear and emptiness. Maybe he never loved me at all. I kept telling myself it was love, that this marriage was the beginning of a new and beautiful chapter, but I was wrong again. The moment he pulled away, I felt something inside me collapse. My breath caught in my throat. I tried to speak, but my voice was gone. I stood there trembling, still wrapped in my wedding dress, the same dress that had felt like a dream only hours before. In a single night, everything I believed in vanished. I was left standing in silence, feeling used, humiliated, and shattered. How could everything change so quickly? How did I go from a smiling bride to a woman drowning in tears and shame? His gaze pierced through me, sharp and cold, and then came the words that would never leave my memory. "You've already been with someone else, haven't you? You're not pure." For a moment, I couldn't even process what he said. My heart seemed to stop. I stared at him in disbelief, trying to understand how the man I just married could accuse me of something so cruel. Then he repeated it again, louder, harsher. "You're not a virgin. You deceived me." Those words broke me. That night, instead of love, I received judgment. Instead of comfort, I was handed humiliation. I was only 24 years old, yet my entire world had already collapsed around me. I cried until my body ached, asking myself over and over, why me? What sin had I committed to deserve this? I had grown up in a respectful, protective home. No man had ever disrespected me. I was raised with morals, kindness, and love. Then why was I suddenly being punished like this? What did I do wrong? Was it just because I wasn't what he expected? He didn't love me. He only wanted control, possession, not a wife. That night, I realized everything I believed about love, trust, and safety was gone. My soul felt hollow. Then, he spoke again, words that tore through me like a knife. Tomorrow morning, I don't want you here. Go back to your parents. Don't tell anyone what happened. I froze. My mind went blank. My heart screamed, but my lips stayed silent. I cried until the morning light creeped through the window. My hands trembled as I packed my clothes, each fold feeling like the end of something precious. Without saying a word, I left that house forever. When I reached my parents' home, my mother's eyes filled with tears the moment she saw me. My father stood still, silent, and heartbroken. They kept asking what happened, what went wrong, but I couldn't speak. I just sat on the floor, holding my dress, feeling its weight pressing on my chest like a reminder of everything I had lost. In one night, my dreams were destroyed. My respect, my hope, my peace, all gone. I kept whispering to myself, why me? What mistake did I make? Who would ever believe me now? Days passed in silence, and then the whispers began. People started talking. They said I had a secret lover. They said I betrayed my husband. He had told them all those lies, lies that spread like fire. My heart broke again and again. I cried through the days. I cried through the nights. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, couldn't understand how life had turned so cruel so quickly. I couldn't sleep that night. My heart wouldn't stop trembling. I sat beside my parents, held their hands, and whispered through my tears, please, believe me. They said they did, but I could see the silent pain in their eyes. That look shattered whatever strength I had left. For weeks, I locked myself away in my room. I didn't eat, didn't speak, didn't step outside. The world around me had turned cruel. People began to whisper behind my back, ugly, heartless things. Maybe she did something wrong, they said. No one came to ask me the truth. No one wanted to hear my side. Everyone believed his lies, not my tears. So I stayed silent. I carried the pain inside me like fire, burning quietly every single day. Months passed, but the ache never left. One afternoon, I went to a nearby mall just to breathe, to remind myself that life still existed beyond my pain. That's when I saw him. He was walking with another woman, beautiful, dressed in glittering clothes, covered in diamonds. For a moment, the world stopped. When his eyes met mine, his expression changed. He walked towards me slowly and said, "Christy, I'm sorry." My heart began to race, my eyes filled with tears, but I refused to speak. Then he continued, I chose her because she had money. I thought wealth meant happiness, but I was wrong. She doesn't care. She doesn't pray for me like you did. She doesn't love me the way you did." His voice trembled. "Please forgive me." I looked straight into his eyes and said, "You broke me when I trusted you the most. You called me impure. You made the world see me as a liar, as something dirty. When I needed you the most, you left me standing in the ruins of our marriage." He went silent, staring at me helplessly. I took a deep breath and said, "You want forgiveness?